A hentai veteran's guide to surviving No Nut November. So, if I'm being honest, I've been jerking off since I was like 14, maybe. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Jerking off's not good for you. It's not. It's such a fucking bad habit to have, but we do it anyways. Why? Because it feels good, right? You're here to gain the wise mythical wisdom that I, a pornography addict, a hentai game addict, and veteran have. And I'm going to embed my knowledge onto you, whoever's listening. For whatever reason you click this video, I'm gonna teach you something good. To really understand the core presence of what I'm talking about, you have to put yourself in the shoes of a hentai protagonist. Now, whatever you know about age games, I'm gonna call them age games by the way, there's one goal in an age game, and that's to have sex. That's every single age game's goal, alright? Down to the core premise of it. Why? Because the player wants to see sex. That is the core aspect of it. Now there's two devolving aspects to it. One, to rape or not to rape. To have sex or not to have sex. Alright? This is very important because this is what it's going to come down to. The protagonist. There's different types of protagonists. You have the heroine and you have the hero. To understand the roles of the heroine and the hero is very important. Sometimes you have games where the heroine is hopeless. She's dainty, she's fragile, and she's trying not to get raped. Alright? Understand this when I say this. She's trying not to get raped. But sometimes you have games where the heroine is aggressive. She's strong, powerful. She wants dick. She's trying to fuck. This is very important, alright? You're gonna need this for later. Because you got the reverse too. There are hero games where you're strong and powerful, but you're trying to rape. You're trying to have sex. You're trying to plow as much pussy as you can. That's the goal of the game, alright? I'm looking at you, Rance. But understand this, there's also games where the hero is not powerful. Where the hero is weak. Where the hero is timid. Where the hero is trying not to get raped. Because, and let me tell you something real quick, these games delve into the horror category. Let me give you a scenario. You're playing as a little kid, alright? You're a little kid, 4'11", 18 years old. You just got back home from your hometown. You and your friends are playing outside sticks and stones, catching frogs, catching bugs, or whatever the shit little kids do, right? Your little 18-year-old friend tells you to go explore a haunted house or a haunted schoolyard. So you do this because you don't want to be called a chicken. Your little 18-year-old friend tells you to go explore a haunted house because you don't want to get called a chicken, alright? Stupid plot, but this is how most H games are. Porn is not a story-based platform. It's not. You just want to see sex, let's be honest. You go into the haunted house. You're searching around. This is an actual game, by the way. And you get spooked by a ghost girl. The ghost girl says, I'm gonna suck your cock. You don't want that to happen. The ghost girl sucks your cock. You feel lightheaded. She stole your soul when you came. Understand this. This is a very important aspect. If you come, you die. This is what these horror games delve into. This one little point, you come, you die. It completely flips everything you've known about H games on its head, essentially. The core aspect of H games is to come, have sex, rape. That's what you've been taught to know. That's what these other games show you. But you have this horror game, this horror aspect. If you come, you die. And most people give in to that temptation when they play for the first time. They don't want to play the game to the end. They don't want to win at the game. They just want to get to the scenes. Because let's be honest, we want to get to the big juicy scenes. But most of these games, if you go to the scene right away, you get a bad end. And the really good H games, when you get a bad end, that end sticks with you. Because you're fucked up mentally now. It shows you what happens to the protagonist. Let's say you're a Shota. You're a Shota hero, alright? This is your example, alright? This is an actual game. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Succubus Castle or some shit, alright? Let me give you a little story. I was playing this game, headphones on, didn't expect much of it. I saw Pixel Game and I thought, this is pretty good. I turned it on. Instantly, I'm walking down to the painting, not knowing anything. Everything had been so chill up until
I'm the
I
coolest.
walk past the painting. The loudest piercing jump scare sound fucks up my ears. The painting girl grabs me and fucks my little shoulder cock, and I'm just understanding that, oh my god, what the fuck is this game? As I'm playing more and more, I'm going, what the fuck is this game? Because the bad ends, the girls, you have like fucking robot mermaids with like biological pussies and shit, like fucking scary. You got like this fucking 8-pussy sea lady monstrosity at the end for level 3 boss. The bad end for level 2 is like you get turned into a puppet. My fucking hate transformation, that shit's scary. I don't know how anybody gets off to that. No shame if you do. I just don't understand how that shit's scary. But it all dwells down into that giving into temptation. After I got spooked that first time, I tried my hardest not to lose, which is the core opposite of what H games tell you to do. You're no longer raping, you're no longer having sex. You're playing the game it's supposed to be. The developer scares you. You're playing the game how it's supposed to be, not giving into temptation. And that's what No Nut November is all about. If you want to survive No Nut November for 30 days, you have to put yourself in the shoes of that hentai protagonist. You can't give into temptation. That's what it's all about. I know this is really stupid, because it is really stupid. But when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Let's make a scenario, alright? The computer is the H game. Your phone is the H game. Whenever you wake up, you check your phone. It's the H game. You're playing that shit 24/7. No Nut November is supposed to be anti-pornography. You're not supposed to come to porn. Alright, porn is bad for you. You can have sex. Alright, that's always been a thing. All this like anti-sex shit on No Nut November is stupid. If anything, you should be having sex during No Nut November. Why? Because you're not giving into the temptation of that mechanism. You are not touching the computer. That's the electronic succubus that's trying to steal your seed. You lose time. How many times have you jerked off at night? 4 hours long edging? 5 hours long edging? Obviously not that much, unless you're playing an H game. Don't give in to that temptation. Don't fail at that H game. Because if you fail, you're going to feel like shit afterwards because you're going to get that bad end. You're going to have to change your profile picture to whatever. No Nut November loss pic is out there. I'm fond of the Muscle Man one, if I'm being honest. I think this is funny as fuck. But it's not as difficult as you seem. I know this is like really obvious, but a lot of people don't have hobbies. I find that really weird. Like something to do after you're done with work and shit. Stop yourself from losing. Just do something else. Go outside, work out. Go for a run at night. Go for a run in the day. That works too. Go do something. Draw. Put that energy into something productive. And you'll feel better than you would have jerking off. Like, I know it's crazy to think that, like, I'm shit at drawing, and I'm gonna feel like shit drawing. Like, yeah, you're gonna feel like a dumbass when you can't draw hands, when you can't make shapes, but you make funny faces. It's pretty funny. You feel good about that, because you draw it, you know? You draw a funny face, you add a little body, yeah, it looks like shit, but the next day it'll look a little better. You learn from that. You're productive, alright? In H games, you make progress towards the goal. In H games, you make progress towards that inevitable goal. You know, beating the boss, winning. In most H games, horror H games, winning unlocks the CG. Alright, after you've done all that, then you unlock the CG. But beating the final boss doesn't give you anything. You don't get a special scene or anything like that. You unlock all the scenes that you would have seen if you lost. That's your reward. Your reward is knowing, oh, if you had lost, this would have happened to you. This would have happened to you. But you won. You have the gratification of knowing that you beat the game. Now, obviously, if you're a fucking deviant like me, you're gonna watch those CGs. Because you won the game, you know, you did hard work. You made progress towards something. And I feel that a lot of people that are doing NNN, triple N, bows down, a lot of people are trying to cut it out of their lives because they're gooners and shit. And that's gross. You know, you look at all that goon shit, you get grossed out and be like, I don't want that to happen to me. You're trying to cut it out, and good for them. They're trying to be productive with their life. They're trying to work something better in their life. That's good. They're trying to be better of their life. But I'll tell you this, the internet is a good thing. And if you treat it like an hgame, it'll be much easier.